Ready?
Ready.
Good.
Yeah, we good.
All right, welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend. And with me, as always, is my beautiful co-host, called Girl Six, better known as Fox.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
So, I'm tired.
Me too, but we're going to get through this show
We're gonna
today.
get through it. We're gonna get through it.
Today's Wednesday. You know, it's therapy day, guys, so I'm always kind of out of it after my sessions.
That's because she's finding out that she's actually a serial killer. If y'all see something happen to me,
It ain't.
only
Don't
person.
do that.
She ain't even got to be trained that well. She just got too much access to me.
Don't do that.
I don't care how I go. Start with her. I slip in the shower.
That's his fault.
Car accident.
That's him.
Food poisoning.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Shit.
Nothing to say.
Telling you right now. Suicide?
Whatever. Don't do that.
Because it wasn't me. I ain't gonna kill
It wasn't
myself.
me. I don't have a reason to kill you.
I want,
don't.
I want any wife that's listening right now to say that you ain't had a reason to kill your husband.
Those not good reasons. So I at least make
Ain't
it
no
a good
reason for killing me. What's going on?
What
Why-
y'all got going on today? It's Wednesday.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
How y'all feeling today?
Y'all
In
go ahead.
El Chat.
Give me some thumbs up in the chat. Let me know y'all here and y'all
No.
ready for us to get into the shenanigans. Oh, if you ain't, I mean, we still gonna get into the shenanigans. So it is what it is. I don't know. So, what's the first thing you had on the docket there? EP, executive producer.
Just about trash ass people that wants to come back after the grass is not greener.
Oh, you talking about like you fuck with somebody and then they leave, they think the grass greener, then they come back.
Yeah, and then they
'Cause they
want to
found out the
come
grass wasn't greener.
back.
I don't know. I feel like people, I don't know. I'd be 50-50 with that, right? Because I feel like it depends on if I'm on one end or the other.
You want to be the one who's left.
Well,
because
what
you
I'm
think the
saying
grass
is like
greener.
if you stop fucking with me to go somewhere else, I know you stupid.
Oh.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I know you stupid. You gonna love it here. It don't get much better. But no, I feel like it get weird.
Said no one but you.
And my wife, cause she's still here.
Yeah, I feel stupid probably.
Yeah, I mean, hey, two things could be true. But yeah. So it depends, cause it's like a lot of times you will like you gotta weigh that shit, right? Cause sometimes people. You look and you in a relationship and you're not happy. So then you go out there and you like, yo, I'm gonna find somebody to make me happy. And then usually what people find out most of the time is that it's not even that the grass where you at wasn't green, is that you fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you got issues, you got all of this shit going on, you got all of these problems and stuff like that, and you expect somebody to deal with it, or you know what I mean, if they can't accept me at my worst and they don't deserve me at my best, that shit sounds unbearable and exhausting. It sounds like doing deadlifts every day. Shit sounds terrible.
I think that people like you said, it is the lack of accountability. Nobody wants to see what they do. They don't want to see their own wrongdoing. So, of course, anytime you have the opportunity to shift the blame to someone else, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. You have this expectation for this relationship or it's not meeting your expectation. So, number one, a lot of people now, all they want to do is run anyway. They don't want to do what it takes to put in for whatever it is, right? Whether it be a friendship, relationship, any kind of ship you want to have,
That's
job,
right.
whatever.
It's crazy how everybody want to run for everything except physical fitness. Motherfuckers want to run their mouth, run out of relationships, run from their problems, run from their fears. Motherfuckers will not get their ass on the treadmill and go outside.
Go actually run, right?
Right, actually run. Now I'm just gonna do the mental run, the emotional run.
Yeah. I don't know. I think some people, when they leave, I don't know what, I would say it's half and half. And half is, okay, I'm leaving because with the good intentions of finding somebody better, right? And then, you leave with the good intentions of like, okay, this person, might be better, whatever. But then a lot of it too, on the other side would be, or it's kind of a get back type of thing, It's not really just because this person could be better. It's because you want to show up this other person you was just with.
Yeah, I feel like a relationship ain't like a job, right? Like if I'm in a job and I don't like my job, I'm looking for a new job so that I can leave that job. I don't feel like relationships should be that way where it's like, okay, because that just is like a long line of codependency where it's like, all right, I'm going to leave this one once I find somebody better. It's like, no, like if you want to leave that relationship the way to not have regrets and all that shit, leave the relationship for you. Like you wasn't happy. If you leave a relationship like that, cool. When you leave a relationship for somebody else, it's just like you just shifting the problems. It's like that shit like buying a new car, trashing it, don't clean it out, this and that. Once the motor sees up, it's like, all right, well, I'm just hopping a new car. Maybe you need to work on your maintenance practices. Like you need to change some goddamn oil. You know what I'm saying? Rotate some tires. You know what I mean? That mass airflow sensor that you've been getting a trouble signal on. About time to change that shit out. So it's a you thing. And you just sitting there pushing it off thinking like, oh, it must be everybody else. And I think that's just one of them things that people think too highly of themselves. People take themselves too serious. They think too highly of themselves. They're like, oh, it can't be me. Well, I've been doing this and that for so long. It's like, and you still single, you bum.
Yeah, you still single. You still searching.
You know what I'm saying? Still got this idea. Like, I was talking to the homie today, and I was like, man, I was talking to him about something. He like, bro, be happy you married, because these bitches hard out here. They harder than dudes. He like, you just out here. He like, man, it's rough out here. It's like, man, I'm telling you. It's like, I be thinking I might have to box one of these motherfuckers every day.
What?
Or something like that. He just like, yo, he's like, it's rough out here, man. And it's just like that shift of balance you got where it's like, some men getting more feminine, some women getting more masculine. We all out of balance and stuff like that. And it's just crazy to like, it's crazy now when you look at everything on social media and it's really just about like, why men wrong or why women wrong. None of them, it's not very many like objective ones. Even the ones that's close to being objective, they get a little simpy or they get a little misogynistic or something like that. So it's tough to find something in between because.
Well, nobody wants the reality or to see the truth about the matter. They don't want to. Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like in anything, and people are like firm within their beliefs. And it's just kind of go back to that thing where like people want to pick and choose. They want to a la carte all the good out of life without none of the bad. It's like, that's why like all the body work, like BBLs, breast implants and all that other shit, lipo and all that. That's why it's so prevalent. That's why a lot of the, everybody want to take a shortcut to do everything, right? You want to take a shortcut to your relationship being successful. You want to take a shortcut to being rich. You want to take a shortcut to being beautiful. You want to take a shortcut to being in shape. You want to take a shortcut to everything. And it's like, the crazy shit about that people don't understand is that like, the beauty is in the journey, because it's like if you don't love the journey to get there and you ain't enjoy that journey, all you're going to do is go from thing to thing, right? Like you're going to set a goal. You're going to get to that goal, realize that goal doesn't fulfill that hole in you. And then you go to the next goal and the next goal. And there's nothing wrong with like chasing goals, but did you enjoy the journey to get there? You know what I'm saying? So like when people decide like, oh, well, I'm going to go do this and that, because they just see a little bit of conflict. They see a little anything that makes them feel uncomfortable. And once they out of their comfort zone, they like, let me get out of this relationship and go somewhere back into my comfort zone. And then they realize that they're just hopping from honeymoon phase to honeymoon phase to honeymoon phase. Eventually, you want to stay somewhere like that shit get tired.
It's like coddling a bunch of insecurities. That's what it is. Yeah.
Like eventually, you're going to want to get to a point where you get tired of introducing yourself to somebody and running the gambit again and the same old shit. Like I remember what it was like out there on the dating apps and everything else, man. That shit was brutal out there. It was brutal.
Yeah.
You know how many broads just want to eat? Like just a bunch of greedy ass women that's just out here like, well,
I definitely was
go
one
ahead
of
and
them.
take me to this place, especially when it'd be like, so you look at pictures and stuff like that and you could tell like she was eating that Red Robin last week. You know what I'm saying? Red Robin. And now she over here like, well, I don't really be eating at other places.
You gonna
like
take
Ruth
me
Chris.
to P.F. Change, or you gonna take me to Bluefish. You gonna take me?
Yeah, it's
to,
up to like, yo, you want to go to a place that's gonna cost about $300 and something. I just met you. Well, if you broke, just say that then. You live with your mom. Stop. We're not gonna say that like, oh, if you broke, like this reverse psychology shit don't work on grown men. It's just like how, you know what? If I asked you for some ass and you said no, because I ain't turn you on. It's a chance that I can hit on the first date, but I ain't turn you on enough to get there. Well, you don't financially turn me on and spend all that goddamn money on you. You don't make my wallet hard. So don't be asking me about no goddamn $300 dinners and shit like that.
You're talking about that. We just had somebody was just talking about an icebreaker or whatever, right? And the question was like something you was excited for. So this young lady said she was excited for a trip to Houston, and apparently Harden has a restaurant out there called 13 or something, whatever his number is.
Yeah, James Harden, 13. Yeah.
And so she was saying that the deposit is $800. The deposit is $800.
That shit come
with a minimum of $2,500 to be spent that night. I'm like, what the hell kind of food you eating?
But you got.
I just do not. Are they going themselves across the ocean to get primo lamb? Primo lamb.
Wagyu.
Okay. Wagyu.
Like, I don't know if they got Wagyu lamb, but that's the type of shit I better be doing
right.
for $2,500.
Like, and that still wouldn't even be. That wouldn't even.
But you look
how could you? I don't understand that.
But you look at it like this, right? This is one of them things that a lot of people don't know when they get to spending a whole bunch of money. When you go to anytime we went to an expensive restaurant, we usually went for the ambiance. We done had better food at places where we walked out for $100. And then we done went to places and spent several $100s or something like that. And it's like, the ambiance was dope. You felt kind of important. You sat there, you know what I mean? We got to go somewhere and put on our grown folk clothes instead of, you know what I mean, throwing on jeans and a button up. And so you paying for the experience. Like when you go to Ruth Chris, like, I mean, actually, I'm going to say it's a couple things.
I would never know what that experience would be like because I just don't see myself.
Oh, you're talking about
a deposit. That's just a deposit.
That deposit make me real. But you got to think if it was an $8 deposit, would you do it?
I'd be like, what? No.
If it was an $8 deposit, would you do it?
Probably not. Depending on because like $8 don't get for $8. Like,
no, I'm just talking about that's just a deposit.
Just to hold a seat. Oh yeah, I can do that.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you're eating at a place like that, their $800 is like our $8. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's like one time when they was talking about Michael Jordan playing golf, and he was playing for like $500 a hole. And they like, man, you spending all that money on golf, $500 a hole. But for him, that's like $5 a hole. That's the equivalent of you playing $5 a hole for golf. So it's relative to your pay grade. And I think for a lot of people, it's like, if you on social media talking about this shit, and this is like the highlight of your life and stuff like, can't afford to be there.
Yeah, you can't, because that's the only.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it only seems crazy when you can't afford to be there. You get to talking about islands and private jets and all that shit. That's how my tax bracket. So it's like, yeah, that shit seems crazy to me. But then there's a dude right now who just got his first call with a family of 8 or something like that, and they've been walking everywhere and trying to figure shit out, and they looking at us with multiple cars and a motorcycle and all this other stuff like, damn, that's all my bracket. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really like, it's just like when we get back to like the entanglement and all that other shit. Stay in your fucking tax bracket. Like, it's too many of us we so worried about what other people doing with their money. Stay in your fucking tax bracket. That's rich people shit. Entanglement, that's rich people shit.
Entanglements.
We just fucking up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You middle class, you upper middle class and below. You just fucking up.
Even as a wealthy or rich person, that's a bit absurd for a food.
You can do it. Let me tell you something. If anybody would do it, if we hit the lottery today, and let's say it was one of them crazy ass Mega Millions, we walked off with $500 million. After we done bought all the rest of that shit, bought all of the shit that we want, we done already took care of our taxes. Well, we took care of our taxes, invested all the money we need to invest to make sure our grandkids don't ever go broke, and did everything else. You know what we be doing? Buying dumb shit. Sitting at 13, saying like, what the fuck is this about? And then if it ain't nothing but just to shut somebody up. Just to shut somebody up. You go in there and be like, because a lot of that shit is just flexing. And it's this crazy thing that, and I can't remember the dude that said it, but he said everything that we do like that, like when we go to these fancy places, when we show off our money, when we buy like these cars, when we had these like really expensive clothes, you know what I mean? You got these couple $1,000 Armani suits or whatever, and you got these crazy shoes that's couple $1,000, and you got this Bugatti or something that's a couple million. All of that shit is you're taking, like, you don't have the self-confidence in yourself. So you exude it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an extension of your self-confidence. This has nothing to do with the topic, but I need the details on the lip color, Fox. Preach. You goddamn right. It don't got nothing to do with the topic. Yeah. But yeah, it's like it's an extent, right? Because you think when you doing all of that stuff, right? Like even when
You'd be surprised.
the Pan African Prince was talking, right? The Pan African Prince was talking. You know what I mean? Dr. Umar. When he was talking about it, he was like, "Yo, we like black people. We bought like more Mercedes than everybody else, and we ain't have as much of the wealth and this and that." It's because when you grab all of that other stuff, it's a status symbol of being important, right? You want to have the symbol that goes to being important. And like if I got $100 billion and I'm old money, like I grew up, like my daddy had $100 billion, or he had hundreds of billions. Like my granddaddy had hundreds of billions. This shit ain't new to me. I don't need to be like, oh, let me put on a pair of Jordans and get fresh. Like some people might still be in the fashion. Or something like that, but for that flexing part of it is like, bitch, I'm rich. You think Bill Gates needs to go somewhere and be like, Bill Gates doesn't need to go nowhere and play a who's dick bigger game about money. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Bezos don't need to go in nowhere. Elon Musk, these cats don't need to go in nowhere and be like, oh, you put $1 million on it? Well, I put $2 million on it. No, that's like basically like the upper middle class of richness that be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes who like filthy rich, them 1%ers, they ain't beat for that shit. They ain't out here trying to flex and do all of that. So I think really it's like you try to push through your insecurities. Like a lot of these rappers was like, yo, I got money, and this and that, I got money. It's like, you motherfuckers ain't got like money to keep spending like this. The motherfuckers who got money to keep spending like this don't spend like this. Even though they could, like, so I don't know. I think people be doing that. But to get back at the topic at hand, people gonna go and they gonna do that. And then when they come back, how do you handle it? Well, I already know how you handle it. But for the people who don't know, that Fox don't do go backs. But How do you handle it when somebody decide that they pull off, they do whatever this and that, and then they decide to come back when they realize like, oh, old girl pH balance was 13 because she's basic.
So that's me. You're right. I don't do any go backs. Okay. I'm not a retail store. I don't do go backs. So, I hear them out. Everything they want to say, everything they feel in their heart and what they've been thinking about. I'll hear all of that out. And then I'm like, yeah, I hear you, you know. So what I'm saying, it's nothing. It's nothing. And it's not going to ever be anything because you had your opportunity, you squandered it. And it's not my fault. It's not my job and it's not my responsibility to take you back. It's not. No, I don't have to do that.
I agree. It's not the responsibility. It's not the responsibility, but
it's because you all of a sudden got wiser. No, I'm good.
No, but I also think about this, right? Like if you think about it, most of the time when you see people like in the gym doing shit, like you see somebody in the gym, they hitting that shit twice a day, 7 days a week, boom, 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 boom. It's because they just had a breakup. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody.
Is that what you think?
Everybody want to get fly after they get breakup. Like let somebody be up to like let somebody. Sean, what up, brother?
Yes.
Let somebody say.
Absolutely.
Let somebody say like, oh, Fox, I ain't fucking with you no more. This and that. You look like this. I don't like your body. I don't like this and that. You in there. Now you coming out here, bitch. Like you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when people go in there, they do that, and then that's the problem with going for a goal and not enjoying the journey. Like enjoying the journey of trying to like. Especially once you get older and you start realizing the things you got to do to remain healthy so that you can have some longevity in your life. Then you start enjoying the journey like, all right, this is a part of my life. Eating better is a part of my life. This isn't a crash diet. This isn't I'm cutting weight for a fight no more. This is the daily thing. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to fast for 16 hours. I'm going to do whatever, right? Whatever your cup of tea is. Mm-hmm. So when people do it for that reason, they're in love with the journey. So as they go there and they worry about stuff, it's kind of like I always tell you, it's like, I don't care about pounds. Like, I don't care if I weigh 350 or 250 long as I look good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Long as I look good, I'm functionally strong, mobile, and everything else. The number don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I fill out the suit good, bam. Need to take it in some, need to let it out some, whatever, right? We got some inches to give. So as far as people going, it's like, yo, you also got to think about why people come back. Because what's crazy is like, so I give you
the thing.
Well, yeah, because what I give you an example of was like, especially like see it with women. Fucking bunny crazy. I especially see it with women, right? And I guess I imagine you see it with dudes. Woman gets dumped, right? Like her husband is like, yo, you too goddamn big. I can't do this. And obviously he don't say it that way, but he leave it because you too big. Mm-hmm. So then she go start working out this and that, get a body done. Now everybody on her. Well, what you got to understand is like, if your husband double back, it's because you didn't meet. Like you was looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you completely let yourself go. And it's like a perfect example, like when Drake be talking, people like, y'all ain't want me back then, this and that. Mike Jones, oh, back then y'all didn't want me. Why would they have wanted you? Like, do you think about who you were? Like, don't nobody take the time to look at what they were and be like, well, nobody feeling me when I ain't had no teeth and my hairline was like
and
this.
so
you know
they're
what I mean?
blaming
Now
on,
it's 400 pounds.
nobody has any loyalty.
Nobody
and all
got any
that,
loyalty.
yeah.
No, nobody was attracted to you. You were objectively ugly. Like, so it's just some things like people got to accept. So it's like, if you let yourself go and you completely fall off, like, you know what I'm saying? And like somebody don't want to deal with you. It's like, they can't help it that you look good when you got your shit together, because people are physical in nature. It's like you see a dude and then you come back and you see him, you ain't want to talk. You was like, I ain't gonna give him time today. Then you see him and it's like, he done got a little status, you know what I mean? He done got his shit together. He looking good, you know what I mean? This and that. You kind of like, oh, well, let me see this and that, da, da, da. And I think a lot of times with that, because like I think that not going back sometimes, a lot of that shit is just ego, because it's like, nah, you ain't want me, but that person is the muse that made you decide to be better.
That don't mean you should still be with
them.
No,
I'm not saying that
that
isn't the reason you should be with them, but that also isn't the reason you shouldn't be with them. You shouldn't be with them because they're not good for you. Not because they objectively saw that you weren't fucking attractive or you were a fucking bum or you had whatever going on. They decided to do what's best for them and distance themselves from that. Now you got your shit going together. Like sometimes we just not meant to be together at certain times.
Yeah, but I guess, somebody like me, I would never know it.
No, that's because your ego is
No, it's not about
Australia. Baby.
It's not about my ego. It's not about my ego. It's the fact that if you didn't want to see what it was or what it was going to be, then you felt like that was good enough for you over there. So why don't you go stay over there? That's it.
Man, I feel
and you're not. And you're not. So that means you're not the person for me. Obviously, if you don't know my value, if you don't care enough to put work in to see my value and or vice versa.
If a person ain't dealt with you it's not about going to put in. How many people have you dealt with that you probably didn't see their value because they didn't show you value, and now they could blow up and do something and be like, well, you didn't see my value. You didn't have that fucking value. You weren't that person that you are. Like, so it's like if you are broke, if you are fucking morbidly obese, if you are, just objectively ugly or something like that, this isn't a loyalty thing that people are supposed to stay with. Like, well, I'm going to just stay with this ugly motherfucker just because they might be. Like, that's what happened when people get into that marrying potential and what people might could do and this and that. Like, just like before we got married, when we was talking about, well, we had a rough patch, and then we was like, yo, things gonna get better. And I'm like, I'm not marrying you based off of things gonna get better. I'm marrying you off of right the fuck now. If things were to stay they were right now, would I jump off a bridge? No? Cool. Let's move forward. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is, it's like, because that's how you wind up with everything. You said you was gonna be this. You said you was gonna change that.
Yeah, that's true.
You said you was this and that, and now you wind up in the bullshit. Big sis was good.
Why do you feel you need to take someone back?
I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
Those are not the words coming to mind. I'm not saying that you need to take anyone back. You're not required to take anyone back or deal with anybody that you don't want to deal with. However, I find it to be very egotistical if the reason that you're not dealing with a person is because you did not meet their standards. Because guess what? People have preferences. And if you fall out of the preferences and fall out of the standards, depending on how long that relationship was, they are right not to deal with you. Am I supposed to be with a person that I don't find attractive?
Wait a minute. So now, because all of a sudden I'm meeting their preferences, it's time for me I should be open to go back to them?
No, I'm just saying that if I was not the man that you love right now, like if I wasn't that man or something like that, and you decided to leave because the relationship was unhealthy, or whatever reason, and you decided to leave, you have to do what's best for you, right? Like, if this is an unhealthy relationship, you got to do what's best for you. Now, we break up. I go get counseling. I get my shit together. I write some dope-ass self-help book. I come back. Your boy doing this damn thing. I'm not going to look at you and be like, nah, you didn't stay with me when I was ready to whoop your ass, so now I ain't going to take you back. Like, that's crazy. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that I have to take you back because you realized I'm the shit. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that the reason that I'm not going to take you back if I choose not to is not because you left.
Right. Well, it's not just that, though.
No, it's not that at all because you left. Unless you did me dirty or some shit like that on the way out the door, where it's like, now this is a like you disrespecting me on some wild shit or something like that. If you didn't disrespect me on your way out the door or something like that, I'm willing to, like, when I hear that conversation, like, you listen to the conversation just so you can tell a motherfucker no at the end. That's how you be doing this.
No,
like,
I don't. You
it's
can't
like,
tell me what I do.
you
You
be
can't
like,
tell me what I
you be
do.
like, and that's why you did it. And it's that.
That's not it.
Foxtrot.
No, that's not it. That's not what I listen to the conversation for.
But you
or
say
entertain
but
the
if you
conversation.
don't do take back, then what do you listen to the conversation for? If you already made it up in your mind that you don't do take backs.
Because sometimes I want a closure too. Just like that person may want to redeem himself or want a closure. Like, okay, so here we are, we getting this done. Okay, now the answer is still gonna be no. That was our time. That time has passed for me. Now, so if I'm running the risk, and it's 50-50 of me going back to this individual and things still staying the same, just because he realized it wasn't shit over where he went to or whatever, or having this space taken up for someone else who could be a better match for me. So I'd rather go with somebody else who can be a better match for me than to run the risk of wasting my time now.
Yeah, and I put it like this. To me, it ain't so much about not being a good match. Like, for instance, if you needed me to pay the bills, you need me to pay the bills, and then I'll lose my job. And then I'll lose my job for a while. And I'm talking about we still dating. We not married or nothing at this point. And you're up here like, yo, this shit not going to work. I can't be taking care, like, just like you was. When I asked you, I'm like, how much money do I need to make to be with you? And you're up here like, yo, you ain't got to pay all the bills, but I ain't trying to pay these motherfuckers by myself. And that was your spill. You was up to like, I ain't, whatever works, but it's like, we got to both be contributing. And that was your requirement. Now, let's say I couldn't contribute and you decided to leave me. I can't say that you're wrong for that. You had kids. Well, you still have them. They're still here. They're upstairs. But like, you got kids, you got shit to take care of. And it's like, you can't afford to be sitting here and supporting me as well, another grown-ass person that's eating fucking 4,000 calories a day and stuff like that. So if you left me, you was just like, yo, look, baby, I can't, this and that, da-da-da-da, the kids need this, the kids need that. I'm going through a hard patch. I can't do this by myself. I can struggle with you, but my kids don't deserve to struggle. And then you slid off. And then you messed with somebody that had a little money or something like that, this and that. He wasn't me. The relationship was out, this and that. You double back. Now I got a business. I'm doing well or whatever. I'm not going to hold that over your head because objectively you made the smart decision based off your children. I'm not just going to be like, back then they didn't want me to throw a grill in and now I got a goddamn 72 Capri swerving all on your ass.
Is that what you think I say when I say I don't do go backs?
What?
Back then they didn't want me.
No, I'm just saying, like, in the case of the conversation we having, like, I know what you say. You're
what I say.
Okay, that's nice, and I understand. And that time has passed for me for right now. I'm past that, and I wish you the best. And I've moved on, and take care of yourself.
I don't say I wish you the best though.
Yeah, so I know what type of shit you be on. Right?
I don't say I wish you the best.
But all I'm saying is, like, that shit is ego.
It depends on what you've been doing with yourself.
Yeah, the shit to me is ego. The shit to me is ego when you make it up in your mind, I don't do go backs. It's like, to me, that's ego.
No, babe, how could you say that? Because
that's my opinion.
I do not feel it's ego because I choose not to potentially put myself back in the same situation I was just in. Because for one, I'm gonna do.
What if it was a good situation? You just wasn't meeting your end of the deal. So what if it's a good situation? You just not doing your part. For instance, like, what if our relationship's beautiful? I just couldn't got none of the shit paid because, you know what I mean? I lost my job. I'm struggling to find a job because I had a very particular skill set where a whole lot of people weren't hiring and this and that. But I'm out there. I'm trying. That don't make me a bad man. That don't make me a bad man to you. I still treated you good. I still cooked. I picked up more around the house. This and that. It just wasn't enough to do for your kids. And you left. That's not. If you come back, that's not put me in that situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not for me to hold a grudge on you and be like,
I didn't say I hold a grudge.
Or that's not for me to just say, like, I don't do take backs. No, under that that's like, and this me giving you in this circumstance just made up off the top of my head that I would be like, I'm open to us getting back together with the right conversations, this and that, figuring some things out. I'm open because the relationship was good. The problem was I couldn't provide on my end. So you left, which is smart. You didn't fucking go for potential. Like, one day he gonna get it together while we live in squalor for fucking 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not gonna do that. So to me, it's like, I would understand that. And I'm not going to have this policy. I just don't like when people just have a policy. Like, for instance, it's some things that it's like, you beat my ass.
So you just don't like the sound of it then?
No.
You don't like the way it sounds?
No, because you already made your mind up and you're not. I like the idea of dealing with situations as they come.
Right. So what's wrong with already making your mind up that this is not something you're willing to accept?
doing the exact opposite of what I just said. That I prefer, how I prefer to deal with things. I like to prefer to deal with situations as they come on a case by case basis, not on it just like it's certain things. It's like, okay, like if you beat my ass, cool, you did something to my kids. Something. It's some shit that is like you, but that's still a case by case. It's like, motherfucker, you can't come back. Not
I feel
just
like
anybody.
I've dealt with that case. Case is closed. Next. That's it.
Well, it's a good thing.
Case closed.
Well, it's a good thing.
Gavel
that
drops.
It's a good thing that you're a case manager, and not a goddamn judge. Let me see what
I am
Mario
judge.
talking
I'm
about.
judge and jury over my life. Okay.
You heard how silent they got. All right, people mess up marrying for potential because if they don't live up to that potential, then you're disappointed. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes something drastic like a partner leaving to spark change, but there's no guarantee that if you never left, they would have gotten their life together. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that people do when they double back, because like they see they got their shit together, and it's like, oh, because what if it was like all of these things, like you needed 3 things, and I had 2 of them, and I had a lot of intangibles, and you really loved me, and that one thing was like finance or something, and I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna be mad at you. And I'm not gonna have it and just be like, oh, I ain't fucking with her because she left. Now, if there's a reason that you left that left me pissed off, where you like did something to me, you fucked me over, something in the bad karma department. Now, if that's the case, then it's like I don't fuck with you. But it's still a case by case. I'm not just gonna be like, as soon as you leave, it's like people who be like, oh yeah, as soon as he said this and that, I blocked them, deleted them off everything. I ain't gonna see him, this and that. It's like, come on, man.
So, and you keep saying the same thing, like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna." I'm not mad. I'm never mad.
I'm not disqualifying you from us ever being back together. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not disqualifying us unless you did something to disqualify yourself, like, i.e., abuse, cheat, like, you know what I mean? Any of these things that might have been like a deal breaker. If you did something like that, no, you can't come back. But it's still a case by case. It's not just like you walk out that door. We done.
Hey, you walk out that door, baby.
That's why I rolled over that motherfucker. But that's what I'm saying. It's like that's a different view that I have at it. Now the chance is I probably won't. The chance is that I probably won't, because it's probably a good reason that we split. Mm-hmm. Probably. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's probably a good reason for both of us. Like, we're not good together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the other shit don't matter. But like what I'm saying, if it's like one of those little situations, then it's like, all right, cool. I'll entertain us trying to back. I didn't just close the door and be like, hey, nah, ain't no room in here. Hey, you're doing good.
Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Ain't no, hey, come look back. Well, I ain't turning into no pillow saw. I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Well, you were here for this time. I learned something from this. It's time to move on to something else. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I've learned from whatever situation this is or it was, and that's what you were here for. And so now it's time for me to move on to something else.
Bunny
That's
said,
just how I look at it. I'm not going back.
Bunny said true, but we also always in a constant state of potential. Yeah, but it's a difference. 100% agree first, but it's a difference between people who just like, you know, them people who got wild potential but never get nothing together. Like, it's a difference when it's like constant state of potential, things we could do and we got it. We just looking for the right opportunity, but we got something else going. We juggling some plates. That's different than just like the struggling fucking jazz musician who won't even go to a show playing his harmonica in the fucking closet or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that shit's different, right? So I think like those cases are different. But I mean, which is fine because we're two different people. But I think it's just we both have a difference of opinion on that. Once they gone, you like get out of here. Me, it's a case by case basis. Like, you all gonna come to the pearly gates and get judged. Hey, I want to double back. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Hey, I want to double back. All right, let's talk about it. Why you leave? Well, this dude drove by and he had a Lamborghini. He was, all right, you can keep moving. Hope you come pick your ass up. You keep it moving, this and that. What'd you leave for? I had a breakdown and I went to this and that, da. Okay, cool. You're crazy. I'm not mad. Maybe we can talk about it again. See, I don't know. Get out of here. Like, I mean, so, Bunny.
If you ever left my life, ain't no chance of coming back. Man, woman, or
child. You're right. You're right. If I leave your life, you're going to be I'm talking about life's people. Also going to leave your body. So when they find your ass on that ditch on 95 somewhere in between the trees out there, they're going to be like, You're going to be able to like, you know what, this and that, blah, blah. Till death do us part. Somebody got to go.
Yeah, man, woman, or child, I'm done.
Call it what you want it.
I don't need that. I've already been there. Like, I don't need to go back there.
I get what you're saying.
I'm just ushering in the new.
Oh, yeah, I get it. I understand your opinion. I just don't agree. I don't like, because I think that when you don't deal with cases, but it's like, because I feel like there's always exceptions to rules. Always an exception to a rule. In fact, when me and you first start fucking around, we had a little split for a while, and guess what? We married now.
Yeah, but we didn't. It wasn't like a. It wasn't a like a split like that because we were never in like a. We weren't in an official relationship. We were just talking and dating, and you know.
You lucky we in an official relationship now. I knock all this shit over and leave. We be sitting on this motherfucker like, well, welcome to the Fox Den. Be sitting there looking crazy as hell. We got pull up one of them IG topics. Oh, so we had one B Rabbit dropped on me. It was a young lady. She went to a daycare. So I don't remember the exact numbers, but let's say for instance, she signed a contract saying she'll pay $100 per period, right? They only was charging her $75 a period. So then she asked to get the balance sheet to check some stuff out, this and that. No, she signed a contract for $100. No, they was taking out $75. And these are arbitrary numbers that I'm making up. But anyway, they said, yo, you owe us in the tune about $700. So she said, I'm pulling my kids out the program. This shit they fault. I'm out.
So it's her fault. It's her fault because that happened to me actually one time.
Did you take your kids out?
No, I didn't take them out because I already knew. I'm like, okay, she only charging me $80. I'm supposed to be paying $125. So I ain't say nothing because I used the extra change that, you know, that was blessed and bestowed upon me.
That was the Lord giving me a little
right.
overflow.
I was like, and I could argue with her and say, well, this is what it was. But I knew, you know, that's not what my baby's tuition was. So, I held that after about, I think 3 times it happened, I started to just hold that extra amount.
Yeah.
That's it. And she didn't catch that shit till like, I would say like 3-4 months later. You know, she got rid of like a month, you know, because she was like, oh, it's my fault or whatever. I can take a month off and whatever. Okay, cool. I had the money stored up anyway, but here you go. You know, he was owed. They were owed that tuition. So I paid it to him.
Yeah, this is my thing
and
right here.
It was a great school.
Yeah, this is my thing right here, though. Like, so when people play them games like that, and like a lot of people was talking about, well, they ain't her fault. That was a clerical error on their problem. They fucked up, so she don't owe that money. But this is my thing about it. If I underpaid you, if you work for me and I underpaid you $100 a pay period and you didn't catch it, when you do catch it, you want your money, right?
You want your money, every single cent.
No, you signed for that goddamn check or whatever. You said you was good with it. Now I don't pay you. You'll be like, man, that's a fucked up boss.
Exactly.
So I really just think that people will find any way, and that's probably why people credit score be like 7, because motherfuckers just don't want to pay what they owe. They just like, yo, you know, they should have caught it. They should have did this and that. No, it's something like you knew the shit wasn't right.
And part 2, self-governing too.
Yeah, it's self-governing. You the motherfuckers that leave shopping carts in the middle of the cars.
Hold up. I leave shopping carts. We already had this conversation on here. We ain't gonna do that.
And that's why you can't govern yourself.
I leave shopping carts in the middle of the cars if I don't feel like taking it back. Like I don't leave it in the middle of the damn parking spot. I put it right between what a little parking thing. You got plenty of space between both sides. Okay, you can open your damn door.
God couple people together so to make other people better. So in some areas she make me better in. In some areas I make her better in. Because obviously she can't govern her goddamn self. So
I can govern myself. See what I did with that daycare? Okay, I governed myself.
Okay.
Shopping carts, that's something different.
That's like me saying, like, man, you seen how many times I was shooting over there and I didn't hit a kid? I only hit like 3 kids. I mean, realistically, I'm doing really good. I hit the bad guy the other, 97 times. I just shot 3 babies. Like, you know what I mean? It's still wrong when you shot the fucking baby. And this is coming from the person when we had that gun in your head before. And we was talking about, would you do a bad deed for $100 or would you do good deeds for $1? You over here, good deeds for you ain't gonna put your goddamn shopping cart back.
That's not a deed. That's just something to do.
It's self-governing. Like, that's what it is. The shopping cart test is self-governing. Because you know why? Like the shopping cart test is the perfect example of self-governing because it's not against the law. It's just the right thing to do.
Why is it so right to do? I don't understand. The wrong thing to do would be to leave it in a parking space. That's morally wrong.
Okay, that's like saying there's no like,
especially when it's raining.
Yeah, that's like saying it's hot or cold, where it's like it's either a sin as it is. It's like, well, that's not real. I just grabbed your ass. That's not really sexual assault. Sexual assault would be penetration.
Totally different.
No, what I'm saying is like you just going to like what would be wrong is to leave the cart. The right thing to do is to put the fucking cart back. But there's no rule saying that you can't put the cart back. But what you don't think is like, well, I put the cart here. Now, what happened when the cart roll? Somebody's in there and then it crack and it scrape up their new Jaguar. You like,
that's why you make sure it's in a good position before you walk away from it.
The amount of fucking effort that you just put in Lego blocking this goddamn shopping cart somewhere or something.
No,
Jenga,
not when that
Jenga.
damn parking. You know how I am, especially after I leave Walmart. I have back pain. I have foot. I have headache when I leave Walmart. Let me tell you something. I am not going to walk 8 parking spots over.
Parking in the goddamn car
when I can park it right in the corner or in the side or right in front of the car. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I just
not going to do it. Even on a bright, beautiful, sunny day, I'm not going to do it. It better be damn near a car parking spot away for me to do that. So maybe 2. I might give it 2.
If you don't have the self-governing ability to put the goddamn car back,
I have the ability.
There go Bunny. Just park close to the cart corral, Fox, so you don't have to walk that far. Why don't you park next to the cart corral?
Because let me tell them. You know what, you're right. I'm gonna go to Mr. Goddamn Sam Walton and tell him he need to go ahead and put my name on the parking spot that's right next to the car.
There'd be a spot near that cart corral. It's always going to be a spot near one of them cart corrals. Because you know why? Because people worried about people like you who want to play Jenga with the goddamn carts instead of putting them back, and they worried about their car getting hit.
Ain't no parking space. No, it ain't.
Jenga.
It's not.
You go. It's always room in the Walmart parking lot. You know the problem is? That fucking 30 extra feet be busting people ass. Like,
it busts my ass every time.
30 feet. Lord Jesus. We out here talking cold cash shit about we gonna run around, somebody do this and that. I'm thumping them. I'm ready to do this and that. Hot girl summer. I want this 30 more feet for a car.
Listen.
Oh.
Listen. Oh. I have physical pain leaving Walmart, okay? Every time. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to put a damn cart inside the cart slot when I could put it right between the cars where no car is going to get hit. And the person will appreciate. They don't have to walk all the way over there to get a damn shopping cart. It's right here. You're welcome.
First of all, I don't think it's ever, how many opportunities has been like that where it wasn't a cart up by the store?
When it wasn't a cart by the store?
You know how they had the carts up by the store, then they had the carts in the cart corral.
Oh, my God. I can count how many times, okay? Be pissed off.
And people just like, oh, I think it's different. If I'm about to go put the cart back, if I'm about to put the cart back and then you like, I might. If that cart corral kind of far, I look at that shit and it's like tumbleweeds coming by and fucking
whatever. Now here's the reason why he don't put it back now.
No, I'm not saying I don't put it back. I'll look for somebody. I'll be looking at people like trying to make eye contact with everybody. Want a cart? But I take that cart back every goddamn time. You have never seen me not take a cart back an entire time.
I don't know what you do when I ain't looking. You always trying to lead by example here but when I'm not around, I don't know what you do. I can't speak on it.
So you really think that from the day you met me?
I don't know what you do. I don't know. I'm not there.
So you think I don't hold door? You think I don't hold the door for women when you're not around, or do you think?
Oh, sure, women. Yeah, you love women. Of course, you're gonna hold door for women.
I love shopping carts being where the fuck they're supposed to be at too. I love self-governing myself without there being rules and shit to make me do it. You love women. Like, what am I supposed to do? I love lamp. Fucking Rennie Snippet. I love lamp. For them. Trust me right now. Some 80-year-old lady ain't about to make me be like, oh, I want to get this old fucking, you know what I mean, sharecropper pussy. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, you just open the door. But Mario said it's a selfless act. I agree. Not against the law, but it's a way to judge a person's character. I hate when people change their mind on something and leave it randomly somewhere in the store. It could be ground beef on the shelf next to the Fabuloso. You goddamn right, Mario. And we out here wasting food.
But let me tell you something. Okay. All right, Mario. All right. So when you walking up and you see a goddamn ground beef that you knew you were supposed to go all the way back in the meat aisle to get, you see that ground beef right there, you ain't gonna grab that shit?
Let me tell you what I do. Let me tell you what I do. Hey,
the right poundage, the right price, you ain't gonna grab it.
Hey, you see this
and
right
it's still cold.
Hey, you see this right here? Discount double check. I'm Aaron Rodgers in the grocery store.
You're welcome, Mario. You're welcome.
You better hope you ain't over there by the meat section when I see that ground beef by the Fabuloso. I'm throwing a 30-yard spiral, and if a kid get hit,
whatever.
We got beef for real, pussy. Boom! I'm busting your ass in the head with a meatloaf, with a raw meatloaf. I'm beaming that shit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's one of them self-governing things. I mean, people look at it how they want to. obviously we're like yin and yang. We have very varying different opinions about things, but
Yep.
I mean, you're a wonderful person at a whole lot of things. You got a big heart. It's just some areas that you're a shitty person and you could be better, and that's one of the areas. And but I accept
Putting up
you
my
for
shopping cart.
putting up your shopping cart.
Hey, that's not gonna keep me out of heaven.
What if
So,
it did?
I'm good.
What if it did? What if you got up there and God was like, 111. And he was like, 111? That's how many goddamn shopping carts you have.
I'll be like, God damn you!
You gonna say, God damn you to God? God damn you? He gonna be like, how? How, Sway? How? Fox sitting there on the slowest elevator ever playing Slipknot, just over there like 111 fucking shopping. Yo, it's a dude you sitting in there with the Queen of England going to hell. Talking about so on the way down there like doo-doo. It's like, what are you in here for? This is 111 shopping carts. Everybody looking at you like you the worst. Dudes is in there, child molesters, predators, killers, dope dealers, pimps, prostitutes. You know what I mean? The fucking assassins and shit like that. And everybody over on the other side of the elevator looking at Fox like 111 goddamn shopping carts, lady. Fucking terrorist. Going on the FBI watch list.
Tomorrow time you're gonna grab it and put it back. You're not grabbing that and putting it back. If you needed meatloaf, ground beef, you gonna take that ground beef and be like, oh, here you go right here. Thanks.
First of all, let me tell you what I ain't
You're
gonna
welcome.
do. What I ain't gonna do, I'm not taking the ground beef that was next to Fabuloso for my meatloaf. Like, I don't know how long that ground beef been.
Whatever it could be. If it's still cold and if it just got put there, you could tell. You could tell meat that's been out for a while.
Still got the thumbprint from Fox when she left it right there for you. You see her thumb and nail
frost
print.
Yeah, right there. I just did this for you.
I left this here for you. Man,
I walked in the aisles before and I saw stuff like, oh shit, I need this. Thanks. Like, I'm happy. So now I ain't got to go all the way back over there to grab some whatever. Yeah, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Be thankful for the little things. It's gratitude, Mario. Something you need to learn about. Gratitude.
Yo, Bunny said Ted Bundy gonna be in there judging you like you raggedy bitch. Ted Bundy looking at you like fucking Gacy and all them dudes in there eating bitches and they looking at you like you raggedy bitch.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's okay though, Fox. We gonna be better. We gonna be better every time.
I've been putting them back a little bit more since I've been.
I know it's a step-by-step process. First thing
it ain't gonna be every day. I'm already shutting it down. It's not every day of my life. Every time I go there, I'm not gonna do it all the time. I'm a rebel. All right, I'm not gonna do it.
A rebel without a cause. Ain't no shopping carts going back. East side.
I might leave it in the parking lot. Keep playing with me right in the middle. I wouldn't leave in the parking space. I wouldn't do that. That's wrong. That right there is wrong.
But what if you leave it somewhere?
It's raining.
Let's put it like this, Fox. Let's say that you're not the most coordinated person in the world.
I'm not.
So let's say you stack your Jenga cart. Jenga. You think your cart's safe. Old boy pull up. Just bought his dream car. Stacked his money up, this and that. And here come your cart. And that shit looking like Thomas the Train coming at him. and just beams his ass right in the driver's side door. How you gonna feel?
Number one, everything happens for a reason. That's number one. Shouldn't have been worshiping that vehicle, okay, but I don't put it like that. I'm just saying,
what if it makes a mistake and get loose? You make mistakes, right? Or you are perfect?
My cart don't make mistakes. My cart is stable, okay?
Fox, I seen you slip on carpet.
Look, my cart though is stable.
This is your claim to fame?
Yes, my
you
cart
a professional
is stable.
Cart stacker?
Damn straight.
This is the shit that I deal with. So when y'all see me sometime be wondering like, damn, that dude getting more gray hairs every day. This is my fucking gray hair producer right here. Just I probably got another gray hair in my mustache right now.
Salt and pepper is good, baby.
I'm gonna dial all this shit.
Don't do that.
I ain't fucking with you. Do we do anything for a gun in your head? What we doing?
Yeah.
I think
it's a personal gun in your head.
We had a whole gang of other topics to talk about, but whatever. We good.
That's because you like to judge me.
I ain't nobody judging.
Judge
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Judgy McJudgerton.
Guess what? Well, okay, when you get to them pearly gates and they hit down the ladder.
Damn you.
And they're going to throw a shopping cart down there in the elevator with you. Shut up. Shut up. Hitler in there looking at you with that little ass mustache like, 9?
Jeez Louise.
9? Put the shopping cart back.
Why you did that? You made me lose this. Gun to your head.
Oh, you got nervous because I said somebody else. He was like, Fox was like, oh no.
Shut up.
Never forget.
I'm so done with you. You made me sick.
My bad, Punky Rooster.
Oh my God. Leave for 7 years to save my life, or leave for 2 years and come back $5 million richer. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions.
I don't understand the question.
How you don't understand that? Who in the chat doesn't understand
leave
that?
for 7 years to save your life, or leave for 2 years. So you gonna be dead when I come back?
I said you don't ask no questions. I could be not.
But
Like Color Purple. Could be not.
you answer this shit then. You answer first then, because that shit don't even make no sense to me. Like that's a contributing factor. Is my wife gonna be fucking dead if I come back in 2 years?
I'm leaving for 7 years to save your life.
So if you
Without warning, just out of there.
So if you leave for 2 years, if you leave for 2 years, then I'm still gonna die. Like, am I gonna die? Like, what's gonna happen
You could
to me in
die.
these 2 years?
You could not. I don't know.
What?
It's both ways. What happens?
Well, if it's you could die, I'll leave for fucking 2 years to get to 2 million. You could die tomorrow.
5 million.
5 million. You could die tomorrow.
And so if you come back, you get 5 million. I'm dead.
I'm not going to do that, and that's the judgment of the deal where it's like, hey, you leave, Fox is dead. If I leave and that's what's going to cause your death, then I'm not leaving. Or if I have to leave for 7 years, like if you're saying I leave for 7 years, you get to live. If I choose the other option, you're definitely going to die. Then no,
It's not because you choose the other option. It just happens in that time span.
but you're definitely going to die.
But I die. 2 years.
It's
5
been
million.
real.
Shut up.
Sorry,
I'm
no.
so
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, it's because you keep edging the question of it. So we're saying 7 years, I go away. My Fox is still alive when I come back, even though she got a new dude and she living a hot girl summer. Man, fuck that. I'd rather you die than be without me.
What?
Die, motherfucker. What?
But you come back.
Yeah, think about this. So
No go backs.
no go backs. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm on that Fox shit. No go backs. I'm gone. Yo, and look what Bunny said. She said, plot twist, yo, we're gonna die regardless. 2, if I leave for 7 years and one day after I come back and you die, I'm wilding. Like, imagine that shit. 7 years, I come back and you just been in shambles this whole time. You in a straitjacket, you this and that. If you saying if I'm killing you by choosing the 2 years, then no.
You're not killing me.
Then I'm taking the 2 years.
So
I'll be
happened
back
to
in 2
die.
years. You might still be
And
fucking with me
within the 2 years. So when you get back, I'm not here. I'm dead.
for sure.
For sure.
No, I don't want you to die. I mean, let me think. 7 years, that'd be high school almost. You been a digit mother, dude. I don't know. That's a tough one. I might just 7 years. You might not even be with me no more.
Who said I won't be with you in 7 years?
You don't do go backs, so fuck you. I'm taking the 2 million. You don't do no goddamn go backs. I ain't about to leave. Come back 7 years later. You like, and I'm over here, baby. You know I
Where
left,
you
so
been?
you live this and that. And then imagine me trying to explain.
The
to
hell you been?
And then imagine
You ain't tell me, you ain't write me, you ain't send a smoke signal.
Exactly. I ain't
see my stars twinkling up there. Like, what the fuck?
No, fuck that. 2 years has been real, Fox.
That's it. Damn.
Well, yo, I'm about to leave for 7 years, and then they probably won't let me tell you what happened. So I got to come back. I got to come back out here singing.
No, you can tell me what happened. You just can't tell me when you go. You just automatically just gone. Just one day I come from the store and you gone.
Yo, you will be gone. Make it 5 mil. Give me that 5 mil because this was gonna happen. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna come back 7 years later. Here go Fox in her 40s, fine ass Fox, still out here, crazy as hell, not putting shopping carts back and shit like that. And then I'm looking and be like, baby, look, and you're gonna be like, first you're gonna smack me, and then I'm gonna be like, you know, I should have knocked your ass out 7 years ago. And now I'm over here. Imagine me trying to explain to you, just you don't know this, and I'm trying to explain to you, baby, they told me that I had to go away for 7 years or you would die. And you be like, if you don't get the fuck out my face, man, you won't believe that shit, man. Run that shit back. She don't do take back. You goddamn right, Mariano. She don't do take back. Run my 5 mil. Run my goddamn 5 mil. And you know what? I guess I'm single for the night. Single.
For the night, you're right. Just for the night.
Well, you gonna be
Enjoy it.
dead. What, you gonna haunt me?
Enjoy.
I pay some ghost hunters to get your ass up out of here. I had them.
They
I had them
ain't
boys
real.
Like, who's afraid of that fox? Well, I had
They
your
ain't
ass
real.
in one of them plasma portals getting the fuck up out of here.
They ain't real. What you doing, Mario?
5 milli, 5 milli, 5 milli, 5 milli, 5 milli. Yeah, what y'all doing out there? Bunny, I know Bunny. Bunny is the female version of me. She said, give me that 5 mil and you ain't got to see me again. Like,
Well, I won't. I'll be dead. I'll be dead before you get back.
you might die with the
I'll
7
be
years.
gone for November.
The 7 years, what if you slipping and shit? You die from depression. Now it's like, and what the hell am I going for 7 years?
It is. I don't know. Just gone.
I'm like, am I in space? I'm just
Probably in space. Probably
Fuck
another
that.
dimension.
Where I go
Probably
for-
somewhere.
run that 2 mil, bro. I mean that 2 years, bro. 2 years? I could do 2 years. That's two deployments in the Middle East. I'm good. Strap me up, boys.
You can do 2 years, but I'm not gonna be here.
Okay. You ain't gonna be here for me anyway.
Who said that?
You. Everybody in the chat, let's all respond. Let's all reply and let Fox know how many times she said ain't no goddamn take back. I ain't gonna be broke, single, and sad. Fuck you mean, boy? I'm gonna be just like women. I need some retail therapy, bitch. Like I'm out here with the retail therapy. I'm getting all the retail therapies. You, buddy, you don't do take backs.
I don't.
So it's been real. For any woman in the chat, imagine this. You my woman, and I leave for 7 years and then come back with this lame ass story with the I eat ass face like, baby, I had to go, you was gonna die.
Lucy.
Hey baby, you go, come on. You come on, baby, you gonna take me back? Huh? Baby, please, look. They's gonna take me back for 7. Bruh, if anybody willing to believe that lie right now, I wish I had met you when I was younger, because I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. I got some waterfront property like in Arizona to sell you. It's right in the middle. Like, I'm here for that.
Anyway.
Fuck out of here. 5 million.
So you guys, thank you for chilling with us and sitting with us in Uncle Legend's corner. He appreciates your support.
She ain't gonna be here. I'm 5 million.
I ain't gonna be here. I don't do no go backs.
You can go back to the fucking dirt from which you came. That's what the fuck you gonna go back to.
We'll see y'all Sunday. Bye.
Peace. With your broke ass. 7 years of squalor. Poverty.
I would save your life. I would wait 7 years. I would go away for 7 years.
7 years? Do you think I'm gonna be here when you get back with that lame ass story? Baby, I was going for 7 years. You for the streets, the subways, the canals, the alleyways. Man, you don't get the fuck about my face talking about something you've been going for 7 years. Boy, I done already reported you dead. I'm legally divorced. I am single. Fuck you mean?
That's all you be worried about? Your status?
No, I'm
Your
worried
single?
about what my wife left me.
So what if I had a valid reason I told you?
It ain't valid after 7 years. That shit
What
expired.
if I could prove that you were
shit
going to die
that
if I
shit
did
is
not
like
leave?
bankruptcy. That shit is. How you gonna prove it?
What if just I could prove it?
Depending on how much I like my new
Case
bitch.
by case.
Case by case basis.
Case by case.
Because you know what I mean? Case by case. I guess we'll see how good the proof is. When you come in there with some shit drawn on the napkin talking about some, 1.21 gigawatts in the flux capacitor and this, and fuck out of here.
But I don't speak like that. I don't know that terminology. So
I don't
you
know
would
how
have
you
to
gonna
believe
speak
me
after
now.
7 years. Know what type of shit you been learning out here in the streets? You might have been in them Bill Nye streets.
Oh,
out here
God.
getting Neil deGrasse Tyson dick or something. I don't know what you out here doing. 7 years. Then you come back to me?
It's all provable.
probably got
What if I can
fleas.
prove everything? I get
Fucking
fleas.
mangy animal. Like, fucking just raggedy ass.
Get
You gonna look
outta
like
here, filthy
you
animal.
gonna look like that crackhead fox trying to come back into my life. You all lopsided and crazy. And
Oh my God.
I'm like, you been working out these last 7 years? You like, nah, I was in another dimension. They ain't need to work out. I'm like, what you do now? I'm disgusted. Fuck out of here. Anyway, this OT,
Oh my
man,
God.
we about done. Fox ain't shit. She don't do take backs. She don't put carts back. She don't do take backs. Just bike. Fucking bike for Florida ass. But what y'all got, man? Mario, appreciate you in here, bro. Go and check out watching some House of Dragons. I think we finished watching that. You want to talk about it in the next episode, or you got to watch that
I
last
gotta watch.
episode?
I
over?
fell asleep.
That shit was let me tell you something. That's wild. From the show Terminal Terminal List.
The Terminal List, yeah.
Terminal List was fire. I don't know what terminal you talking about though. But you got anything? Because Fox don't give a fuck about letting me get sleep, especially even if I got a day off. So I got to sleep during her hours of sleep because there ain't no more of me staying up and being a big kid no more. Because if I don't sleep when she sleep, then fuck my sleep. So
I'm the baby though.
Not the mama.
Your baby. You got to sleep when the baby sleep. Everybody knows that. Ain't that right, parents? Y'all know.
I'm not actually a parent. I'm not actually a parent. I'm just a mentor, and that's it.
We out, y'all.
All right.
Have a good one.
Out.